If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum amount of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, that's ANCHOR.FM to get started. I need to call my old time used to be. Somebody long me down. Hello, and welcome to the Hoodrat2Harvard podcast. I'm your host, Chandrika Simmons, also known as the Law Chick. This is season 2, episode 3, and we're going to title this episode, "Ooh, Child, the Drama." So I just got back middle of last week from Louisiana. That was an adventurous trip, to say the least. Cost me a lot of money. I got to recover. I didn't stop working while I was down there because I couldn't. Because I have a goal I have to meet every month in order to sustain my business and my household. And so what should have been a mental break for me was not. Although on Sunday I did, for the first time in months, just slept in. Did not have an alarm set. Woke up when my body said to wake up, and I needed that time because I've been running, honey. But let me tell you this, the drama that came with planning to leave for my aunt's funeral and get everything in order. So I had someone that did the obituary for my grandmother. She's out of Baltimore. And so I knew it was going to be too late for me to get her to do the obituary, because she did an awesome job for my grandmother's obituary. But also, what I paid for, I never did not include the actual printing of the obituaries. So I paid a grip for her, and I didn't get printed obituaries. I had to go to a local print shop and print them myself. So I really was trying to get someone local to do them even half as good as she did them, and be able to print them as well. So I thought I found someone on Instagram who also did a local councilman's obituary, as well as the comedian Kool-Aid's obituary. So I was like, oh, okay, it's got to be legit, and the work was good and all that good stuff. So I go to the website, I upload all my stuff, and I follow directions, follow with the call that Friday. So I obviously didn't upload the stuff properly that Friday. So I went back in that Saturday morning and uploaded again, and then called and spoke to the lady, got the gist. It's a 48-hour turnaround, yada, yada, yada. I'm leaving that Thursday. So I got to have them printed and done by Wednesday night. So this is Saturday. Saturday, she says, I have too many pictures. I got to downsize the pictures. So I downsized my pictures, reload them up on Sunday. Sunday, I call, all that good stuff. We all set. Still 48 hours, right? Okay, Monday rolls around. Because she said she was not taking payment on Sunday. She'll send me the link to pay, blah, blah, blah. Monday rolls around. She sends me the stuff. I paid the half of the deposit. And I think we're cool. Monday, I've heard from no one. Tuesday, I haven't heard from anybody. So I call, no answer. I sent an email, no response. I text, nothing. Then I just, at the end of the night, Tuesday night, I just started calling and texting. To finally, she answers the phone and says, "Oh, our graphic design person has it. They're working on it. They should be contacting you um, by, uh, if not later on tonight, tomorrow morning." That would have been Wednesday morning. They got to be done by Wednesday night. And I said, okay, cool. So Wednesday, I wake up, I text. I said, nobody called me later that night. And I'm like, well, now I'm panicking. She like, no response. So I'm like, oh, I got to think of a plan B. Because, honey, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I'm up here. Uh, I contact, I'm Googling and I'm figuring out how can I create obituaries. Because I'm pretty savvy with learning something quickly. And I'm creative and crafty. So I'm figuring out how to make obituaries. So I found a website on how to make obituaries, and I just started making them. And then I said, okay, let me see if my girl Crystal at Crystal Clear Images can do it, because Crystal does all my printing. She does everything for my office, from business cards to flyers to, she did some church fans for me for a campaign for some judges years ago. Crystal is just the shit. So I send Crystal email and I say, can you do these for me and have them ready for me by 11 tomorrow? So that's Thursday, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And I get a response back. Chris say, yeah, I got you. Check your invoice. Check your email for the invoice. She sends me an invoice. I pay a deposit. They get started. The girl is on email me back and forth. We're getting this stuff together. We're doing everything. Blah blah blah. We up till 1 o'clock in the morning getting this obituary stuff together. That's what I expected from the other, because that's what I did with the previous one in Baltimore. That's what we did. We were up all night trying to figure out, everything that's going. So there's no mistakes not no mistakes, but the least amount of mistakes in obituary. So that's what we were doing. When I tell you, I cried for her last draft. I cried. She did such an excellent job in a time crunch. I was just, I said, I don't even know why I didn't use Crystal in the first place. I'll try my best. I don't know, because I guess I never used Crystal for obituaries. I didn't think about it like that. I don't know. Just charge to my brain. But then I text that other girl in the interim. I text the other girl who was supposed to do them, and I said, she's like, what you want to do then? You want me to send your money back? Yes, girl. Send me my goddamn money back. Yes. You ain't did shit. Because I didn't tell you that she told me that after Wednesday, they hadn't even started. They hadn't even started. What you gonna say? Well, it takes 3 days. I said, that's that. And our website is clear. I said, girl, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I spoke with you on the phone. The website is clear. The website says either 24 hours or 48 hours, not 3 days. Calm the fuck down and quit with the lies. And I just said, you know what, just send my money back. She sent my money back, and I sent her text. I said, I received my money in. This is very unprofessional, blah, 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 blah. And while I was doing it, I went and Googled her reviews. There was a woman on there that had the same experience with her that I was having. I was like, oh my God, I wish I would have read these reviews earlier. I wouldn't even pick this lady. Just trash. I mean, straight trash. And so I said, I'm done. I got the money. I'm done. I quit texting her because I got the money. I'm cool. She's continuing to text me, talking about her team, this, and she stands by her team, this and that. I said, your texting me is so inconsiderate. This is fresh. My aunt just died, so this is all fresh with me. And I was like, she's like, it's not, because she texted me back, it's not considerate. I didn't respond back to that. Bitch, you're insane. It is inconsiderate. Don't keep texting me. We're done. You can't do it. You couldn't do it. You didn't have the capacity to do it. You lied about doing it. You finally gave my money back. We're done. You don't have to keep texting me about your team. You're a part of your team, and you're not good. You're not a good team player. You're not a good teammate. It was just horrible. And I was just like, I can't, the nerve and audacity of people. She got to be fucking kidding me with this. But anyway, so that Thursday, I still got to work. Like I told you, I still got to make this money up that I'm losing, that I did not count on spending. So that Thursday comes around. I got to pack that night, get all my stuff together, and I go to the office and so I can meet my assistant Zakia there, and she don't show up for work. And I'm like, mm. She's like, I thought, because you were leaving out, you want me. Oh my God. So now I had to stay at the office and do the work I was going to get to her. So now I got to stay at the office. And I can't go run to Detroit to pick up the obituaries. So now I got to call my best friend and ask her, can she pick up the obituaries when she come pick me up to take me to the airport? It was just a whole thing. By the time I got to the airport, I was so spent and tired. I mean, spent and tired. Then I get to, then we drive, and me and my bestie driving to the airport, and she's like, yeah, girl, it's a tornado went to New Orleans. What? I'm like, a tornado? Oh my gosh. I'm flying right into this. I had no idea because I don't listen to the news. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not horrible when I get there. And then I finally get there to the airport. The plane ride was horrible turbulence. It was just a mess. But we made it and try to rent my car. I did rent my car, but the line to rent my car was, I stood in line for over an hour to rent my car. I don't know what the hell was happening at the airport or what was that. When I got off the airplane, this guy who worked there at the airport, he's like, what's going on with you Michigan folks? This city full of people from Michigan. I said, I don't have a clue what's going on. It was so many people on the plane. They had asked me if I wanted to give them my seat and they give me a voucher. I was like, hell no. Give them my goddamn seat. I got stuff to do. It was a mess. And then with the car rental too, they was like, would you take a different car than what you? No, I prepaid. I want no problems with y'all. Then that's the other thing. So I prepaid for my rental car because I don't have any credit cards because I don't need any credit cards in my life. They don't work for me. So I don't want no problems when I get to the, you know, check-in. She asked for a credit card anyway. I told her, why? Oh, we got to put a $250. Why? Why do y'all do this stuff? Y'all just want to tie people money. Think about all the people money they tying up for 200. They holding on to $250, and they making money off that. Why they holding on to it? I was just like, this is such, oh, it's so ridiculous. Oh, I was so dumb. Finally rent my car, drive to drive from New Orleans to Alexandria, get to my uncle's house because that's who I'm supposed to be staying with. He don't answer the phone. I'm sitting in my car outside his house. I don't know what the number is. What number is his house? I don't. I just know he lives on my grandmother's old street. So I'm sitting outside and I'm just like, still gotta be a parent. So my middle child had already texted me and tell me she needed me to help her fill out some forms for some class she's attending this summer. And so I had to sit on the phone with her and go over the forms, give her all my financials. Oh, give her dad's financials because I was like, why'd you ask your dad all this? Here he comes. He said he didn't know you would be better to better know all that stuff. And I was just like, I mean, it just don't stop for me. My brain just, I'm so tired. Oh my God, I'm so tired. So I sat there and did all that with her. And before I did that, I called my aunt Connie to see, what's going on. What's my Uncle Melvin address? And she gave it to me, and I was sitting right outside. And then she lets me know that something had happened with his girlfriend the night before, and she at the hospital. They had to do all the stuff and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just too much. So I wasn't able to stay there. My aunt was like, you can come stay with us um, at the hotel they were staying at because they had a double bed. So I stayed with her and my uncle. I slept in the bed. I was just so tired. Took my bath and went to bed. Then I woke up and I was like, let me just try to figure out how to get me a room because I couldn't get a room at the place I wanted to. I'm part of the Hilton Rewards or Hilton whatever membership thing. And every Hilton in that town was booked. I don't know what the hell was going on. I still don't. I don't know what was happening. Every Hilton in the time, because I prefer to stay at home to a Hilton place, and all of them was booked. So I was forced to stay at this rundown place. The elevator didn't work, and so when I rented my room, my aunt said, "Make sure you ask for one on the first floor, because you can't be going up and down to the third floor." So you got there right. I can't. So the room was the only thing good about the room was that it was clean and the bed was comfortable. Other than that, it was mold on the window. The ceiling, somebody had kicked the ceiling in and then they patched it and somebody wrote over with pencil. I was just like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I cannot. I cannot. And then the TV remote only allows you to cut it on and off. So I was forced to watch TLC, every show that came on TLC, from 600 Pound Life to Strange Habits to, I mean, everything. I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I really here? Am I really doing this? It was just the most. But here's the thing. So then, get my room, go around visiting my family, checking in on everybody, see how everybody doing, and everybody just trying to maintain. Mom was so sweet. It was just a lot. It was a lot to see my old city. It's still deteriorating. Uh, I don't know. I just want people to want more for themselves. My family's so smart. I just want them to know that. But eh, it was just a lot. It was a lot. When I say it was a lot, it was a lot. You realize why you went to school, why you did what you did, why you're motivated to not live a certain lifestyle. Because, honey, I, I don't, it couldn't be me. It just, I'm not cut out for it at all. But I got to see pretty much every cousin that I have on my mother's side, except for one. One, yeah. Everybody else was there. And we had a ball. Then my cousin Reggie, that's my dog right there. We had a nice time after the repast. Um, just listening to music. We some music nuts. Listening to music and dancing. I had a ball. But oh, I don't know. Just I stayed a couple of days, and then I left and went to Mississippi, check on my father-in-law, check on my property, and he was doing good. My property, somebody dumping on that. I'm just like, all this land out here. So I got 22 acres, and around me is a bunch of people that got at least 1 or 2 acres. If not 1 or 2 acres, they got at least a half an acre. Why are you dumping on my property? Why? Before I had it, y'all was dumping on it. Now y'all know I got it. Now y'all want to dump on it. Just make the shit make sense. And then I don't understand the whole thing of throwing cans. Like, I was at my cousin's house and they were drinking and they would throw their cans and bottles in his yard. Why? Why y'all do this? Then on my property, leading up to the street, on my property, y'all just throw y'all cans outside on the road. Why? Y'all think do y'all think they look attractive? Like, is this cute to you? Like, what's happening? They need to implement that these cans are recyclable. Maybe y'all do something with them and pick them up and go get some money. Cause this ain't where it's at. To make your own city look a mess, make your own town look a mess. I don't get it. Driving and throwing stuff out the window. What's that about? I don't get that at all. That shit is irritating to me. But yeah, they dump it on my property. So Kenya's gonna have to go down there. My husband's gonna have to go down there on this summer sometime and get that cleaned up. Cause the guy gonna have to cut it. We gotta remove that stuff. It's just, ugh. I was just like, oh, just too much, too much. Yeah, it was an adventurous trip. I did spend some time though in Hammond, Louisiana. I stayed there for a minute until I had to catch my flight and just sat around the people watching, observing the people. That's a popping little city, little town, Hammond. said, okay, so y'all doing big things out here. All right now. I like the food too. Food was delicious. Had some stuffed catfish with crawfish and seafood. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious with some green beans. Oh my goodness. Oh, I ate well this trip. But here's the thing. So then I get back and then I start getting messages from people asking for money. Now, while I was down there, I didn't show out, right? I just was me. I buy nice clothes, I have nice shoes, I wear them. I subscribe to the school of what are we saving stuff for? So you can save a whole bunch. I've seen people die with outfits still got tags on them. Why didn't you wear that while you was alive? What were you saving it for? It makes no sense. So I don't save anything. So I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna wear it. So I guess they took that as somehow, in some way, form, or fashion that they could ask me for money. If you had to sit down, had a conversation with me, you would realize that I don't loan money to anybody. Nobody. Never have, never will. I do not loan money. I will give it if I have it to give, but I will never loan any money. And I don't ask for a loan. That's not how I'm set up. So I think what's off putting by it is that you don't know me. You don't know me to the point you've never took the opportunity to get to know me, but you thought it was cool to ask me for money. I don't get that. I would never have the gall or gumption to ask somebody that I didn't know for money, to borrow money. I don't that It's weird to me. And why? Why do you think you could do me like that? I don't understand. Because if you had a conversation with me, that's not how I'm cut or how I roll. I'm not gonna do that. Or if you follow me on social media or subscribe to anything that I do, any business that I have, then you will know that. And also, here's where I'm at with it. Anybody that asks me to borrow something or asks me for something that hasn't shared anything that I have promoted or anything I've been involved with, why? If you don't even support me for me to get the coins that you want to borrow, why are you even here? Like, I would never. I don't know. It's just the audacity of people. You, I have so many business ventures going. Have you visited my hair salon? Have you shared any of my podcasts? Have you told anybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel? Have you told anybody to book a consultation on my website? Have you done anything in order for me to get money into my household? But yet you want to take money out of my household. Make that shit make sense. Because I'm trying to understand some things that I don't get. People be bold in they ask, real bold. I'd be so the confusion, so the confusion. Yeah, yeah. I think the highlight of these last 3 weeks was I applied to this mentorship program for this influencer, and I knew I wasn't going to get it right, but I knew if I applied, then they would know who I was, and maybe they'll start talking about me, and then others will know who I am. It's just, you put stuff out into the atmosphere and into the universe, and you see what happens. And so that's something positive. I'm putting myself, and then I listened to her podcast with her husband, and I see where he says something because he don't have no filter, and I really adore him for that. He doesn't have a filter at all. And he mentions something that lets me know that both of them were watching my content. You could take the rat out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the rat. Ha 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 ha. I was like, oh, that's me. They talk about me. They looked at all my stuff and they was like, oh, we came into this girl, this and that, blah, 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 blah. I already knew that was gonna be the thing, but the fact that I was on their mind, they took the time out to look at it. It did what I needed it to do. So now that I planted that seed there, I know it's going to be planted somewhere else. So that's one of the highlights of these last 3 weeks for me, that actually happened. And I think something's going to come of that. One of the lowlights is somebody really wants to take my TikTok channel and make it what they want it to be. versus what it is and what it's growing to be. And that's not going to happen on my watch. So that's one of the low lights. But my channel is growing as a result of that. I think I reached 45,000 followers on my TikTok. So yeah, this has been a roller coaster of the last 4 weeks, and just got to get back into the groove of things and rest. I really just need a mental break. I know my whole family does. I would like for us to go on vacation somewhere and do something. I really would, but I still got to grind and make this money back that I've lost, in addition to money that I got to make to sustain my household and my business. So, but that was it. Woo, child. That's this episode. Mm. It was something, honey. It was something. Well, I thank you for listening. This is Hoodrat2Harvard. I am Chandrika Simmons, the Law Chick. This is episode 3 of season 2. Please subscribe to the podcast on all platforms. Follow me on all social media. Hoodrat, Hoodrat, the number 2, Harvard, Harvard, on all platforms. And looking forward to engaging with you. Enjoy the rest of your whatever that is.
Is always to kill us. Kind of weird, but the meanest hoes always broke. Everything that I own, I got from selling dope. I done had to pop my shit before to stay afloat. To tell the truth, that's what a nigga bought it for. Niggas doing anything, they ain't got no guidance. Sleeping on the queen size will make you choose violence. Still calling her Miz, I know the H is silent. Might brag on these songs, but I'm pretty private. Shit, my cost of living high, I had to run it up. Cause my daughter's gym shoes be $1,000.